put that if they are Singapore PR lah, because Singapore work quota and everything. So that one will be to their benefit if they are Singapore PR. So basically this biography, the profile page is this one you want to use this to sell, to promote your soft skills. So the other things your technical, your education, everything in the CV already. So where do you emphasize your soft skills, that you work together in a team? You have a leadership quality, all those kind of things, right? You want to emphasize that you'll be a great member of the team. Then you put here biography. So you can introduce yourself. So for her, my feedback for her was like she mentioned about like where she studied, and then the kind of things she does, her part-time work, everything. To me, I will tell her those kind of things is already in the other sections of the CV. So don't need to put here. So for here, you emphasize the soft skills. Think about for yourself, maybe have a few keywords of what kind of qualities you want to emphasize. Okay, team player, dedicated. But dedicated, you must express in your phrasing. You must dedicated what lah. Okay, dedicated to what or what kind of thing. Okay, so have a few keywords. Go and search also. For tips about how to write a resume lah. Okay, but I think you will be fine. You want to have a few keywords that emphasize the qualities you want, right? You identify the keywords already that you want to emphasize. Then you weave them into sentences, put it here. Okay? You don't need to put in bold lah. If you want to, I think don't need to put in bold, but you want to sneakily put in, right? Subtle, but you're emphasizing strength. So it could be one strength that you identify, one sentence. So one sentence, two sentences, three sentences. So you're not wasting, every sentence is valuable. Okay? The first sentence that you start with can be basic information like who you are, your background, whatever. Just one liner lah. Then after that, then you emphasize.
You put age aja.
Huh?
Age.
Don't need lah.
Don't need okay.
Age don't need lah. I think they see your years and whatever and all that, they roughly can guess already. When they want those kind of information and all that, right, they will ask you. So I don't, and ageism, right? So probably don't use age also.
Okay.
So and also you can see, because she's like Vietnamese, sometimes you don't know what name to call her. You see the first word, right? She write herself in the third person. She already identified. Okay, this can give you the clue. How do I address you? Okay, so it could be like this. Like Yongzhe is whatever. If you want to write in first person, also can. Okay. Then so you have your biography. Then she has work experience. Then you want to have your the role. So these are usual resume template, right? The role, your position, company, and then the period, and then some of the highlights. For here, it's quite descriptive. So what they suggest for resumes, right? The way you write the way you phrase your sentences here, right? Phrase it in terms of achievement. Don't describe what you do. Write what you achieve. Okay? So don't let this be a list of things that you do, but you want to rephrase it into your achievements. Maybe you manage a team of junior, whatever, I don't know, that kind of stuff. Okay? And then what some suggest also, like for companies, sometimes especially if you are applying other countries or whatever, sometimes what they suggest is you can have a one-liner or a short phrase, right? To introduce what this company is about. So this one is maybe Fortune 500 company or like a premier furniture retailer or whatever. So it gives, because sometimes you read the name, especially if it's other countries or whatever, or foreigners, you may find that they don't know which company is it, then they have to go and search. So it'd be good to have, especially if it's like a big name or whatever, right? Good for your portfolio. You can put a one-liner about the company, okay? And then so obviously it's latest to, this one actually shouldn't be here. So it should be from, when you're writing, right, the first one should be the latest one. Then after that you go down. So let's say for this one, then for me will be 2024 first, then after 2022, then 2021. Okay, so it'll be in reverse order, latest first. Then after you have education, of course, then you have whatever. So you have, like, so if you're still currently studying, then you put present, right? So school, the certificate that you're putting on must be the exact one that you're getting on the paper. So don't anyhow change the diploma name, okay? Then for her, she put the overseas immersion here. I told her to put it under because she has a co-curricular here. So actually all these things student rep overseas OIP whatever should put below. This one, this education section right, focus on the certificate, your qualification. Then you have honor, then you put here okay, whatever, honors or achievement, whichever. Then co-curricular, it could be just activities or it could be participation. Then you list down all the things you participated in. Okay, open house ambassador, you help out in the open house workshops, whatever. You can put that down, okay? Then also, of course, the latest to the earliest, okay? Then you have your language and your skills, okay? So she only put computer skills, then you all have all your technical skills and everything. Then you can put down as well. So you can over here you can just list it as skills. Then you put into different sections, okay? And then if you want to split it into exhibitions that you exhibited and show your work, also can. Okay, I'll read to you. It could be under participation as well. So some of the things, right? Let's say honors awards, if you don't want to have a separate category, you can put it inside here as well. So if your honors and awards or scholarship or whatever is related to the education, right? You can put below that. Okay, so let's say you identify your certificate, your school already, you can put the award that you received below during this time. Okay, so let's say diploma, you can put your most improved GPA, whatever. Then under ITE, you put your service or start or whatever. So if you don't want a separate section, you can put all these honors awards below the schools, respective schools, if it's related schools. Then the activities, right, for exhibitions that you participated in, the exhibition section, if you don't have so many or whatever, you can lump it all together in activities of participation. Okay? Then okay, so you see zoom in, zoom out. Okay, then here she has, so this is actually a content page, but you see that the first ones cannot tell. So sometimes literally you just put contents. If not, then you have to have a bit of design, design the layout subtly. You need to give a cue that this is a content page. Okay, if not, then like, what is this? Then you read, then after you read next page and whatever, then you realize, oh, this is content page. And also content page, it doesn't give me she just listed out the project. It doesn't give me a clue on how is she organizing it. Is it chronological or is it by type? You can do chronological latest to earliest, or usually you will want to emphasize your strengths, right? The things that you do well, or also because you're coming up from the diploma, you put your studio projects first. Then let's say illustration, technical, whatever later on, right? So it could be organized by type of work that you do. Okay, if you do part-time or freelance and you've got some design work, you can put that in as well. Directly relevant, you put first, right? The things that can help you put first. Okay, the things that you do in year one, a bit early already, a bit still raw, put behind. Okay, yeah. So you can organize. Then in a way, right? If your content page, right? If I'm reading your portfolio, I want to read fast, right? I won't read all the way. Maybe sometimes you all don't know portfolio how many pages, right? Try not to be too long, But generally, if I want to go straight to the project, I want to see that, right? Oh, I want to see your spatial work. I want to see your furniture. I can jump straight to the section. So content page, you want to make it easy for them. You want to show how you organize, okay? Then she have a project here. Then she have a design concept, and then she all these. You can see because of the layout of the page, the font size all different. Then here got persona, and then there's text here. How to read? So I zoom in, right? So I zoom in, zoom out. Wow. Okay. So be mindful of and think about. Sometimes you can ask somebody to see and then give you feedback, so that you can see, right, the initial response. Do they have difficulty viewing the things? Are the things clear? Okay. If you put in text, then I will expect that you will want me to read that. Then you better make sure I can read that. Don't put in, if you don't expect me to read the text, then you don't put in the text. Okay? And then make sure that the visual is clear enough to see that. Okay? This one, if you imagine this is a hard copy portfolio, I imagine it will be quite big, then I can see, right? If not, then So we have some consistency in the form. Usually when you do layout, whether Canva or whatever templates and all, usually if you look at magazine templates, whether you go Pinterest to look for a portfolio or magazine templates, usually or InDesign, sometimes they will have, usually they are based on grids. There's a grid layout, right? Then you can choose what. And then usually, for different pages, you will have a few variations, maybe 3 or 4 options of different types of layouts. It'd be good to have some consistency in the layout so you don't have every project different layout. So, like magazine like that, actually, if you observe carefully, if you look at magazines, they have a few types of layouts and then they just vary, right? So it's not all over the place, right? It's not everything got new layout one. So like if you want to have, okay, so every first page of the project that you're showing, right, maybe you have a consistency in the layout. So let's say if I have, let's say this is the first project, right? And also if you're not sure, like if you want to explain to people what this project is about, my feedback to her was maybe give a short, a few liners about what this project is. So because she never write in the content page, I also don't know. If you don't write a content page, then I would say you want to write here, maybe 1 or 2 lines, what is this? Put out a project brief. Is this a design studio project? Is this a freelance work or whatever? At least indicate and let me know.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you put it in content page, then of course you don't need lah. But if you don't have it on content page, you never mention, then I will want to know, hey, is this studio project or is this your freelance work or whatever? Okay? Then here you can see here their design, right, is 1, 2, 3, 4. She got number and then she got perspective. But then a floor plan, the number here was so small, then you have to zoom in again. So scale lah, okay, make sure you can see okay. Then after that you have this one. So you can see she's putting it here. So similarly is the fonts, okay, the size scale And then over here, can you tell it's 2 different projects?
No.
You don't tell, right? So not obvious. So if you're doing it page by page and all that already, right, have 1 project per page. Don't try to squeeze. So my feedback for her, and the easiest thing for her to solve because of the scale and everything, right, is to split everything in half. So for her, she can still do a landscape layout, but for this one page, split it into 2 page center spread. Then 1 page do 1 project. So like this it will become 2 page. This one will become a center spread. So you actually your book your portfolio is actually smaller, right? But you can still, but at least if I go page by page, I can still zoom in. The scale will be not so funny. Then I will zoom in, zoom out. Okay. So then for this one, because this one is her illustration work for 1 project, this one is her. You can see this one is her part-time work. It's not landscape also, it's interior design. Then it should be 2 projects. So split into 2 page. Even if there's white space on the page, I think it's okay. So then these 2 I will put on different page. I won't put them together. Then she has this is her part-time work. She did like technical drawings and all that. So if you have, like say, if you want to put in technical drawings to show that you know how to do all these, then you see who you're applying to lah. If that is important, then you can put that in. So usually we will do studio projects first. Like projects that usually it's the studio one, or if you're doing part-time or freelance or internship, you may do the projects that you put in like first, right? Later on, if it's technical drawing, which is a little, a specific part, design studio is bigger, right? You have to cover everything. When you come to specific skills like technical drawing and all that, right, you can put as separate categories. Technical drawing, illustration, whatever. That will be later. You usually don't put them first. Okay. So technical drawing. Then after that, she has her. So this one is actually the Hanoi the academy-wide project. So if you never mention here, nobody will know that this is an academy-wide project. It's interdisciplinary. So when you have an interdisciplinary project and it's academy-wide, I think it's something you want to emphasize.
Okay. So
that people, it shows you that, hey, you work together, you do it with different disciplines, whatever. Okay, so that's why you want to have that one-liner to say what this project is about, and then you give before you give your design synopsis or whatever. So other than your title, like whether you want to have a one-liner and then you have it in italics. So you look at different portfolio designs, right? You go and see other references. Sometimes they will write them. Okay. Whether you change the font, change the color, whatever. So there is a difference in the design, whether in terms of your layout or in terms of fonts or colors, so that people can tell, oh, this is the description of what this project is, and this is the design concept. Very basic. Even if you don't have all this, then you will want to have under the title. Okay, I will want to put project brief, then colon, then after I describe, then after that design concept, then colon, then I put the design concept. Also can. Straightforward, basic, at least okay. If not, then you play with it graphically Okay. So this is the studio project. Then this is the other. I don't know what it is. Okay. So for this one, so small, can see. Same thing Okay. Then finish already. You end off. You have your contact information. So after you read, okay, I want to call you. Then here is the contact. Okay. Okay then. Yeah. So portfolio you want to have